Welcome back, everybody, to episode 13 of my Bloodborne lore play. Instead of starting in the Hunter's Dream like we usually do, I decided let's just go ahead and head straight to the place that we want to start our episode in. Specifically, we need to go back out into the courtyard for the next bit of gameplay that we're going to be looking at. And that's what this is. But two, it also explains that the act of being a hunter in this game has equipment. That'll probably give us the name. Wherever it is. It's in here somewhere. We have picked up a lot of stuff. Henrik, that's the name I was thinking of. Henrik was very clearly, just like Gascoigne, blood drunk. He was attacking us, but had no reason to do so. That could just be that once you get to a certain point where you're so addicted to the blood, you seek it any way you can find it. You attack anybody just because you want what you'll get from killing them. Whether it's the echoes or the blood vials or just the act of, drawing their own blood. Satiates whatever thirst you have for it. But we're going to go into that realm today. We're actively going to seek it out. And we do so by going out here. Now, when we first did this, what we're about to do, we're going to get picked up by this amygdala, and we're going to let him do his little party trick where he crushes us using a portal into the cosmos. The first time that happened, there were two key differences. Number one, we didn't have the Eye of Blood Drunk Hunter in our possession. And number two, he wasn't visible. So all we knew was we were suddenly swept up into the sky by an unseen force and crushed, and then we were kind of set back down with a healthy dose of frenzy buildup, which, if it had continued accumulating, would have outright killed us. We did survive somehow. I don't have a good explanation for that, but we are equipped with the eye, and we are definitely at a level where we can probably accomplish something if we go there. So we're going to go ahead and do that. There we go.
Curse the fiends, their children too.
Come on, get my blood back. Get my blood back. Top off. So as with the entrance area of Central Yharnam, in this particular area, the starting point, they give you a lot of blood vials because they know you're going to be facing some tough stuff later. They want to get you acclimated to picking up lots of extra blood vials now because later you will not find them in as ready a supply. It's all part of the design. They know what they're doing. Now, obviously, if you've watched this far into the game, you're familiar with the idea that the beasts actually were people, and from the use of blood ministration, transformed into the beasts that we see them now. What we had been acclimated to understand, though, is that once they become beasts, they lose all sense of faculty. They're sentient, but they see people as, food, basically. Well, this is going to put the lie to that notion now. See, they're all approaching me, but look at them. That one attacked, but there's one in the back there that's got his hands up. If you go near him, he never attacks you. He'll attack that guy because he's being hit, but... Ow! Get in there! Get some hits! Alright, he's down. But look at these guys. Obviously, we're in danger here because there's another hunter out attacking people. Get it! You can see his eyes were lit up. Now, with the exception of maybe one here, if there are any that are going to attack, do you see that they're not actually hitting me? Well, they might get close, but they do nothing if you get right up on them. That's because we got to the point in the game where these beasts were so traumatized by hunters coming after them and trying to kill them that they expected to see anyone dressed like this as a threat and to attack them on sight. They were never actually craven and thirsting for blood. They transformed, but they still retained some semblance of cognizance. They didn't want to kill people necessarily. Some of them did. You know, some of them, I think, if they transformed much further than these ones that could walk on their feet, probably were lacking any kind of sentience. But the hunters, as you can see, the ones that are walking around here, don't see them as anything other than beasts that need to be slain. So this kind of puts a coda to the notion that these things were all a threat and needed to be killed. They were not necessarily always a threat. And when you saw Jura in the section of Old Yarnum, who had a minigun set up and was attacking any hunters that he saw in sight, he had a reason to defend these beasts. You know, they had already suffered enough. They got turned into beasts through the healing church's convincing that the people of Yarnum needed to use blood to heal themselves and sustain themselves, and then when they start transforming, the Healing Church was also the one that, you know, the group that sent out the people that killed them. And Jura saw through the hypocrisy. The Healing Church created both the problem and the solution to that problem, and he wanted to stand against that. Now, we didn't play through the game in a way that would have allowed us to talk him off the ledge, so to speak. If we had actually gone out of our way to try to get behind him and climb the tower, we could have talked to him, and he would have explained his position a little more adequately than what we got. Unfortunately, all we knew was he didn't want any of us hunters in his area, and the second we showed up, he attacked on sight. So sadly, we didn't get his stance on what was going on. But I think as a tribute to what he stood for, we'll wear this as long as we can. We will start finding other pieces of equipment. Now, there is still the possibility that some of these guys are going to attack us, but we'll respond if we need to in kind. For the most part, I think we're just going to find that they'll get near us, but they'll kind of shy away. For the most part, the path, I don't know if there's a ton of external areas. Will kind of be channeled towards a specific pathway for most of this run here. Another hunter. There will be some shortcuts that we'll be able to open, but this is a pretty straightforward area. Oh! Sneak attack! Where is he? There he is. Oh no. Those are doggies! And as you can see, these actually look like dogs, not the... Oh, sorry. Well, finish them off. That's what that was. It was this gun here, which you can destroy. But as you can see, these dogs who, when we see them in the game much later in time, because this is the past, were definitely not beasts, or they weren't dogs at that point. They had basically become beasts from the use of blood themselves. maybe not necessarily the dogs actively shooting up. That would be very silly, but the owners giving them blood whenever they were injured or maybe even to feed them. They're clearly at the fringe edge of being normal dogs and turning to beasts because they are very muscular, and you can see that the fangs are a little gnarly and they have no pupils left in their eyes. They're all kind of white and beady. Another dog! Whoop! Bad dog, no. Okay, I get it. You don't like me, but you want to get closer. Almost like they're trying to talk to you, but they can't. Oh, no you don't. Trying to take a snipe at me. This is a bad idea, dude. You shouldn't be up here. He's going to attack you if he can't hit me. Now, ostensibly, all of the hunters that we're seeing here were taken by the nightmare. We're not seeing just people who are here for no reason. They all have a reason for being in this part of the game, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe they just put people in because they thought it would look cool. Can't discount that possibility. I believe everything in here is meant to have a purpose, though. So we got some more beasts. Again, we could kill them, but I'm not a monster. I'm just trying to finish the DLC. I won't attack them unless they attack me. But you can see, I'm here. They know I'm here, but they don't really care. They're trying to stay away from the hunters. Ooh, beast cutter. Let's take a look at that. A trick weapon wielded by the old hunters. This thick iron cleaver slices through the toughest of beast hides, and when transformed, the blade splits into sections, allowing one to lash it in the fashion of a heavy whip. This crude weapon relies on brute force and is regrettably inelegant, suggesting that the hunts of the earliest hunters made for horrific affairs, painted in sanguine blacks and reds. And that was the weapon that the first two hunters we encountered was using, that latticed kind of weapon that he could strike at me from a distance with. It's meant to be kind of a go-between for the two starter weapons that you have in the beginning of the game, the saw cleaver and the threaded cane, which I guess I never bought. But that is very much a light weapon. It does less damage than the saw cleaver, but it is a much faster weapon. So this is the standard, the go-to weapon, the saw cleaver. Hey, what up? Ow! Ah, okay, shooting him ain't working. Oh, I wanted the drop-down hit. Trying to shoot him, and he's just too fast for that. Got some big hits on me. Get some blood back. I got up there this way, right? Again, even though this area is fairly straightforward, it's not the easiest to figure out. There's going to be some paths that may lead me back to shortcuts, some that may lead me further on, and it's not the easiest to figure out when you're playing. I'm sure there's people who will watch this and go, I don't think it's that confusing. Well, I'm not you. I can't speak for what you feel about this area, just what I feel. I don't think that leads me to anything special, but... oh, here we go. I did see an item down below we wanted to check out. Frenzied Cold Blood. This is one of the later sections of the game. Well, it's meant to be played later in the game. You're not meant to come here too early. If you do, you will probably die many, many times before you give up and just go to the standard game. But obviously some of the crafting materials are meant for kind of mid-game upgrades. Twin Bloodstone shards are kind of useless to us at this point. I mean, if we wanted to go and build a third or fourth weapon for... I guess it would be a fourth weapon for our repertoire, wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. And in fact, let's put on the Saw Spear since we are seeing some beasts. It'll give us a little extra. Yet again, see, they don't necessarily want to attack. They feint as though they're going to attack, but they never actually do. They may even follow me through the streets, but again, all they want to do is stay alive. Oh, I missed one! Thought I got all of them. And this will be the shortcut back to the main entrance. The one that we couldn't open because we needed to hit the lever on the other side. Oh, look at that. Let's see if we can get that item. And I think we already did all that. So let's drop in on this. Whoa! Old Hunter Trousers. So let's go ahead and take a look at that and put it on. And I will also put my phone on mute. It's right here. Old Hunter Trousers that protected... mute. That's altogether mute. Old Hunter Trousers that protected countless hunters from the beasts in an older age. A widespread belief of the period was that beast blood crept up the right leg, and this led to the double-wrapped belt. So I think that's something that I had pointed out very early in the game, and we will re-demonstrate that now. But when we use blood, watch the hand, goes in the right leg, and when we try to draw blood for bullets, which one is it? Up? I think it's up. We take that blood out of the left leg. And they said that they were worried that beast blood crept up the right leg. And you can see in this outfit even, this is not the Old Hunter Trousers, 2 belts on the leg. So there is, and these are the pants that Jura wore. So let's go ahead and put the Old Hunter pants on. There you go. And in fact, we'll slap the Old Hunter hat on as well. Not bad, not bad. Obviously, there's more clothing that we're going to find eventually. Well, hopefully. It is all scattered all over, so it's always possible that I may miss something. Continuing on. Hey guys, don't mind me. Just going through. Uh-oh. Lots of... oh! Beasts! And a big ball of fire! It wasn't me, guys. Sorry. I didn't do it! What do you want? I was being attacked, but I didn't push the ball. Those guys did up there. Old Hunter Garb. Sweet. Just make sure I'm not being followed by anyone who's going to attack. No, they're staying up there. Let's go ahead and pop this on. And read the description. Old Hunter Garb. One day the hunters disappeared, and Yarnamites began to whisper of the hunter's sin. drunk with blood, chasing after beasts, they would pass on to the nightmare. Every last one of them. So that would kind of explain why when we get to Yharnam, the hunters are almost completely gone. At one point, as the hat told us earlier, hunters were 10 a penny. There were tons of them, all over the place. But they all just kind of started disappearing. Again, as the game tells us, once you become blood drunk, you eventually become claimed by the hunter's nightmare. What I think we would be able to infer from that is hunters, kind of like ourselves, they would die, they would reawaken, usually at one of the hunter's lanterns that was set all around Yharnam. And eventually, if you became blood drunk, instead of reawakening at the lantern, you would reawaken in the hunter's nightmare. And at that point, you could not escape. You were trapped there. Oh, look at this. They ran up to the door. The door they're opening. Oh, crap. They're attacking something really big and really menacing. Whoa, okay. Haha. Hey guys, you may want to get out of here. Whoa! So, this may be a manifestation of the nightmare itself. I doubt these were actively walking the streets of Yharnam, but they're here now. Okay, I'm trapped, and I'm dead. And the existence of the nightmare itself, we don't have an explanation for just yet. But again, a nightmare need not be inhabited only by people who exist in the real world. It may also be inhabited by manifestations of whoever is dreaming the nightmare or conceived the nightmare. So these large tentacled monstrosities are probably someone's dream. Possibly something they saw down inside of one of the chalice dungeons. We don't know. But they all seem to do things that the hunters themselves are incapable of, so... Run up this way. Now, we don't actually have to go into the cathedral, the High Cathedral, yet. That is simply a place that houses a boss. One that we will probably want to fight at some point, but we don't have to fight right now. And in fact, we will leave those two hunters to their fates. They're trying to go inside the High Cathedral, and by all means, have fun. I got what I needed, and you guys got what was coming to you. And he can stay right there. I don't need to fight you. Blood vials, tons of blood. Don't come this way. You're alright. Spooky. You can see all the way down there is a hunter next to what looks like another one of those guns. There are, in fact, a couple of guns in this area, so we have to be very careful when we're walking through. Yeah, you can see them now. There's 3 of them set up there, and then a 4th on the side there. Ow! Oh! Uh-oh. The good news is we're getting plenty of blood. I'm not using it faster than I can find it in this area, so we're doing all right. Oh, no, you don't. And we're also getting some blood gems, which will be nice to take a look at and see if we can't upgrade our weapon further. The nice thing about the DLC is they do give you some good blood gems if you need them. Not nearly as good as what you'll find down in the Chalice dungeons if you play that far, but you get a healthy selection of them. Hey, same team, buddy. Whatever. I got shot at by a hunter down there. He didn't chase us. I think he only does so if you approach. That's fine, he can stay right there. We don't need to fight him. We just need to get past this gauntlet of guns. I don't know if we have a way of attacking. 2 more hunters down there. See if they got guns. I don't see any guns. Hey, boys. Woo! They have explosives! Sticky bombs at that. Oh, that should have stunned you. Ouch! He's hitting hard. But so do I. I'm not having any luck with the Executioner Gloves, so I'm just going to stop using them. An interesting idea, poor execution. Partially because I have not really built up my arcane stat, and that is what's going to add to its destructive potential. And we have been doing that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ow! Was in a bad spot. If they hit you with those explosives, I believe they stick to you, because they're kind of covered in sharp pins. I don't know that for certain, but I believe that is the case. Hey, what up? Oh, 2 of them. Get some blood back. Hammer. That would be one of those items as well. And we have a very curious sight down below. And you remember the blood liquors from Canehurst Castle. Well, I hear you. Come on up, guys. I think I see a gentleman who is going to try to shoot us from the wheelchair there. He's also next to a bunch of exploding barrels. So this might be one of those times where you want to get the drop on him. If I could get the distance. And the angle. Oh, come on. Well, it kind of worked. He's already dead? Weird. Boom hammer. So this is what we were seeing the other hunters use a couple minutes ago. Let's take a look at that. Here it is. A trick weapon used by the old hunters and crafted by the workshop heretics, the powder kegs. A giant hammer equipped with a miniature furnace. When ignited and fired, it emits a volley of flame that explodes furiously upon impact. Crush the beasts, then burn them. The brute simplicity of the boom hammer was favored by hunters with an acute distaste for beasts. So obviously the hunters did not employ people necessarily for just their skill in fighting, but also their prejudice against beasts.